Welcome to our 17th episode of Klingspor's Tech Talk. I'm Danny Burnett.
I'm Luke Dombrowski.
So today we have something really cool for you. So usually, we're doing metal, wood, metal, wood, metal, wood. Well, this time we decided to mix it up a little bit, and we're actually going to talk about diamond blades. So for this right here, we actually manufacture and make our own diamond blades. They are made in a few different countries that we're kind of involved with. But they're Klingspor diamond blades, and for these, they're very high quality stuff. So for us right here, I don't deal as much with diamond blades, but I know same for this guy right here. So tell a little bit about what you do for your job, and then what makes you qualified in this diamond blade fun discussion.
Absolutely. I am a corporate trainer. I'm all over the country. I am training our newest talents, our talented new reps, doing some in-house training, things like that. But I have a background in the technical department, and we all know a little bit. We all know a little bit. We don't know everything, but we've all got a good idea about it. Would I consider myself a specialist? No, but we have some good basics.
Something cool about what we do here. So for us, like going through these on these diamond blades, I don't base it just off my opinion. What I like to do is, I contact out other people that we know that are buying these blades and going for that. So if you've got questions or anything that you're looking for, if I don't have that answer for you right away, I'll actually either call one of our specialists that we have with us, or I'll call one of the people that are actually using these diamond blades, and they can tell you kind of what it's going for on that. So that's just one way that we like to handle it here, being product specialist and our trainer. And so the cool thing about for Luke's situation is he actually travels out. He goes pretty much all over the United States, and so he hits all of these different areas, and he learns and trains at the same time he's out there for it. So that is something that's really neat, not just even on diamond blades, but really on all the materials that we've kind of got. But it's
a good common trend right there too. It's not a lot of the questions we get about diamond blades isn't always you ask A, you get B. It's not really, there's a lot of different things that go into diamond blades. There's a lot of factors, and a lot of questions are not immediate. Oh yeah, you ask this, so you get this. You ask this, you get that. No, it's a lot of, hey, what are you doing with this? What is this thing going on that? What part of the country are you living? It's a going trend that we'll explain a little bit more today, but that's why it's not impossible, but it's just it's a rhythm. And sometimes you just gotta get used to it.
Oh yeah, and so that jumps us into our first topic for it. What are so special about our diamond blades? Like, what makes our diamond blades so important? For me, I look at it as the diamond quality. So we do have synthetic diamonds, and they are actually bigger diamonds. So they're made with higher quality. They're really good diamonds to go through, so they're able to cut through, and they do have that longevity. They do last a long time. So we have some of the best diamonds out there for those.
They are synthetic, so you're not going to get robbed walking down the street with a diamond blade. They're not going to mug you and take your diamond blade out your truck, but it is synthetic.
It is, and the cool thing with that, which makes it a better diamond when you're using it to cut, when you're using it to do the skin. That's why these synthetic diamonds, they are so great for that.
They're manufactured for the right shape that you want. It's hard, instead of having to cut real diamonds and mine them and and smuggle them out, we can make our own, and we shape them the right way, and
exactly right. So what's another thing for you? What's something that you like about
me? We're a German company. We're making our wheels in German. The core on these diamond blades are made with that German steel that is known worldwide. I mean, we could take the core of this diamond blade and start cutting that tomato. It's going to be as sharp as when you finish it. No, it's not like those knife commercials. No, our German steel it's known all around the world for its toughness. And the core of these blades is what's balancing the blade. It's taking a lot of the abuse. It's the foundation. That's what we have, a solid foundation, because we're using solid German steel.
That's true.
Steel cores. That's what I like about it.
That's a fact. With these right here, talking about for this core, this is he's absolutely right. It's taking that brunt force. It's taking a lot of that pressure into it. And so that's the great thing about virgin German steel, is how it holds up and how it can hold up to it. So that is absolutely right. Another thing for me is that laser etch for the segments right there, for that laser weld for it. The cool thing with that, so anytime you're looking at something getting welded, it actually holds up stronger. Like it's a more stronger bond to it. So when we're looking at these with these laser, these laser etch segments, what to do, it actually holds better. So as you're running in, you're cutting into that asphalt, you're cutting into that concrete, it is going to hold up so that way you're not having these segments of that diamond fly off and, injure somebody. So these are very safe to use going out into the field, be it whether it's going on asphalt or concrete, really wherever you're at in your hard aggregate, in your soft aggregate, all of that stuff plays into it. For these blades to work right, they have to be the safest blades. And that's something we take a lot of pride into, is the safety for these blades. These are Organization for the Safety of Abrasives certified, so that is a big deal. So, if you look at that, if you're looking at the steel core, if you're looking at the laser etched, and if you're looking at how our diamonds are really set up to be so special, these blades are some of the best blades out there. These are the best blades on the market. They're so great. And, if you don't believe me, give them a shot. Try them. We do everything on a paid trial. So if you don't like it, we'll buy it back. But these blades are fantastic blades.
Superior.
Oh, yes.
Superior. Absolutely.
But let's talk a little bit about why. Like, what makes each of these blades so superior, if you will? For that, for us, because we run a 369 series, 300, 600, 900 series. So let's talk about a little bit about why each one of those are so specific and so important. So a lot of people will say, like, oh, it's a good, better, best situation. And it's really not. So for those, like, each series is set up to go for a certain kind of aggregate to move forward. So if we look at this picture right here for the 300 series, so check this out. So this bond right here is going to be a harder bond. It's going to be 18 to 21% diamond concentration, and it's meant for your softer aggregate. So when you're thinking about diamonds, keep looking at this picture, what you're going to see is you don't see as many diamonds as you do for the bond side, or for the steel part for it. But you don't need that in that softer aggregate, just because it's not meant, like, diamonds can cut harder and it's meant for those harder aggregates. So that's where that bonding can kick in and it can actually dig up that aggregate for you. So you don't need to have all those diamonds. So that's why this blade will be a little bit less expensive, because you don't have to have all those diamonds. You just need that harder bond to hold in to be able to remove that aggregate.
You got a harder bond, so it's going to be harder for those diamonds to come out.
That's true.
They're going to stay in there.
100%.
They're going to stay in there.
So what about the 600 series? Tell me something about that.
600, the 600 is right there. You got the 369 is right there in the middle. It's the happy medium. It's hot, not too hot, not too cold. It's just right. Okay. It's got a medium bond. It's there. It's stuck in the medium. It's not too hard. It's not too soft. The diamond concentration on it is about 21 to 24%. So you've got a good mix of it. You've got enough to get the jobs done. So this isn't going to be like have the best cutting power. It's not going to have the hardest bond. It's going to be right there in the middle. It'll cut just about everything. Okay. It might not cut it the best, but it will cut everything. That's why the 600 is awesome. It walks that tightrope right down the middle. And so it doesn't do anything the best, but it does everything.
Gotcha. And it's really meant for that medium aggregate too. So that's
medium aggregate.
That's where we're kind of kicking into that for the medium bond, we're going for that medium aggregate for it right through there. And so then we're looking at the 900 series. For this one right here, so looking at this picture, it does have that softer bond, but you're going to be able to see the diamond concentration on that. So there's 27 to 30% diamond concentration. And this is meant for that harder aggregate. So, I'm sorry, 25 to 27% diamond concentration, I think that's what I said. It's meant for that harder aggregate.
Yes.
And so when we're looking at this, I know we keep harping on, aggregate for this and all that. So we're actually going to jump from this picture to another one. So we're going to be looking at the aggregate map. And so looking at this right here, this is what that 369 series is really meant for. So if you're looking into that blue, all those areas that kind of look blue, that means it's your soft aggregate. So that's going to be working for your 300 series. So that soft aggregate, remember, you don't have to have heavy diamond concentration. You just need that harder bond to hold them in, and it'll be able to cut through that and get that torn up really well. So then if you look at the dark blue, which that's going to be your medium soft. So medium, like Luke had harped on, medium to medium soft aggregate 600 series. That's your dark blue. Then your light brown is your medium aggregate with that 600 series. So medium to medium with that. So that's one of the most important things with it. Basing it off those colors, looking at where you're going to on it, and then picking out the right blade. So if you can do that, you can narrow it down to one, maybe two blades with it. Even looking at that 900 series. So the red and brown, that right there means it's a medium hard aggregate, and then the brown is that hard aggregate going forward. So having it based on that, when you look at the color of where it's at, and you can figure out which blades you need to go with. There's 300 series, 600 series, 900 series. Anything on your end for that?
I mean, look at the map. We've spread it. The aggregate is a lot of what's around that area. You know, what's the substance? It's not really like a hardness test. It's more of a, you know, what are things made up of around there? It's more, you know, it's not so much biology. It's environmental science, I guess. You're talking about what things are made up in that area. Each area has different trends, and that's what this map follows. It's following trends. So it's not always, like you said, it's not always about where you're at, it's where your stuff's coming from.
That's exactly right.
So,
you know, like if you look at North Carolina, like on this map right here, it's mostly red and light brown. So you know you're going to pick the diamond that we need to ask. You're going to pick the diamond that's based around that. So 300 series, 600 series, 900 series. Knowing that, you know, it's mostly red, you're going to probably be in that 900 series. But the thing that you just brought up is very important. You know, as you can see for this right here, it's got 2 different colors for it. Those 2 because you always want to ask, where does the aggregate come from? Where are you getting that from?
Yes.
And base that color of where they're getting it from on which blade you're going to go for on it. You know, Florida is very easy. Other than that top left corner, Florida is such an easy because it's pretty much all blue, except up there on that top left where it is more brown. It's got that harder aggregate. But most of the time in Florida, you know, like, all right, cool. Well, if I'm in Florida, I'm probably going to be doing the 300 series until we get up more toward that top left over where it's that very hard. So it's getting a bit closer and closer to that Mississippi, which is a very hard aggregate. And then,
well, you know, in Florida, they have a lot of sand. They got a lot of beaches there. You know, white beaches.
Nice beaches.
That's where all the aggregate goes on vacation. It just hangs out down there. No, it's sand. It's a lot of it. There's, you know, the soil is everywhere. The sand is everywhere. It's in your hair. It's in your clothes. You don't get out of your shoes for 3 weeks after you go there. But no, the sand. Everything is made up of the sand. It's very soft. That's what we're talking about. So everything down, you know, in South Florida, everything like that, has some kind of makeup of sand. That's what we're talking about. That's a soft aggregate right there. So you don't need that. You know, that's why that 300 series works perfect for that softer aggregate.
And with you, and as we're talking about like getting close to that Mississippi, so if you look on that map, you can see it's going to be more on that brown side of things. And it's just because when they're pulling out the aggregate out of that, like you're looking at some hard stones coming out of there. And so if you're using that kind of aggregate, that's very hard. And so anything through that area, that's why it's going to be that 900 series, just because they can handle and hold up to that. You know, with those diamonds, it's going to be able to cut into that better. So you don't need a harder bond because you've got all those diamonds there to really just cut all that out. And then if you look at Texas, now Texas can be confusing because it looks like you've got 8 different colors going on, and we've only got, 5 different colors anyway, but it's just so wild through there because it has that multitude of colors. You still want to base everything off the aggregate map, but the biggest thing I can tell you for that is something that we've already said, is that ask where do you get your aggregate from? So everything depends on where you're getting that from, and then base that off of the color. That's going to make life so much easier because I'm telling you, if you can use this map and you know the machine and everything that's going on, you can narrow that blade to 1 or maybe 2 blades of the choice that is going to work perfect for that application. It's going to have to cut really quick and everything's going to work out good for it.
So again, it's not like, hey, I live here, give me this blade. Again, there's a lot of different factors that go into choosing the right diamond blade for us. About, you know, what aggregate are we using? What are we close to? Where are they coming from? So we can narrow it down. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're eliminating options. We're getting it down to, it's not a cause and effect kind of thing. We're just narrowing down these factors. And that's what a lot of people have to think about. It's not about just going to the store, hey, pick that one out, boom, go with it. No, we're trying to make it, we can get you the right blade to get the job done right.
That's
not just, here's one, try it. You know, we can get it better than that.
So on the other end of that, we do have catalog. So for these catalogs, if you're watching, you want one of these catalogs, we can email you one or send you a link to it. At the same time, if you want a hard copy, feel free to reach out to us and let us know. We can get you a hard copy. Email us at techtalk@klingspor.com. We can get this to you. But we spend a lot of time to make this information as easy as possible to read. We've got the aggregate map in there. We've got all the blades in here. We've got everything that you would need to know is in here, so that way you can pick the right blade the first time for your application.
Very self-explanatory. It's not technical jargon. It's very, anybody can understand this. It's meant for the masses. But no, it's self-explanatory. And the different tools, the different types, the different sizes, all those factors go in there. It's easy to decipher.
Oh yeah,
it is one of our best literatures.
No, it is. Yeah, there's so much that goes into this. Especially we've got the machine types and everything that goes into it. Everything will be in here for what you need. So feel free to reach out to us and get one of these. We can, like I said, we can email it to you, send you a link to it, or actually even send you a hard copy as well. So don't hesitate to reach on to that. But really, enough talking about diamond blades. Let's actually watch a few cuts. So check this out. Such great videos, on that right there, we were cutting asphalt and concrete. We had two different blades going for it, but for watching those right through there, because we have to put a video of them cutting, and our blades do such a great job. They do those quick cuts. They can hold up to the pressure. They last such a long time. So I know in those videos, hopefully you grasp that and you were able to see it. But at the same time, for us, we do a pay trial. So if you want to buy it, if you don't like it, we'll buy it back from you. But just give it out there and just give it a shot on that.
Yeah.
For me, I can brag about how awesome these blades are all day. Like, they're such great blades. There's so many benefits to these blades, but we also have another video of people talking about these blades. So let's look at this right here and listen to what they have to say, because I feel like their opinion means a lot more than my opinion.
Testimony.
Check this out.
Hi, I'm Josh Matthews. I am the Town of Jonesville's Water Distribution ORC. Anytime that we have any issues arise here in town, water main breaks, just simple leaks, anytime we have to cut the road, for any reasons, the Klingspor diamond blade is our go-to.
I'm Billy Robbins. I work for the Town of Jonesville, field supervisor. We do water, streets. Talking about the diamond blades today, the life of the blades is real good, probably 3 times longer than the other blades we've been using. Salesman's great, don't have no issue with the blades, they cut real well. Got no complaints, real happy with them. They really served us real great.
It does the job fast, efficiently. It is very durable. It definitely outlasts any other blade on the market, and we couldn't be happier with the product.
We appreciate the city of Jonesville for that testimonial. That means a lot, and it, like I said before, their opinion means a lot more than my opinion.
They gave it to them. They weren't even under oath. That's
the
honest right there. That's their opinion.
But yeah, so for our blades, you brought up something that was really important is, for our size. So we do have a lot of different sizes, and if you get one of these catalogs, we do have different sizes than what is in the catalog. But we do offer the 20, your 18, your 14, your 12s, like 16s. Like, we offer all those sizes, and then we even have them going on to your angle grinder sizes. We've got diamond cup wheels. We have a variety of different
different sizes for different tools.
Exactly.
We have things that go on different tools.
Yeah. And so, for everything that we've got, we have a diamond blade that for every one of your needs that you're going to have. And like I said, we've got specialty blades, and then we've got all the way down, we've got asphalt concrete, of course, because those are your main common ones. And then we do have your specialty side of things when we're looking at, granite, green concrete, trying to think of fire brick, just all different kinds. Like, we have all of those already. So just reach out to us if you've got questions, or if you want a catalog, and that we can look at it as well. But,
there is a common trend that we've been talking about and showing in the videos where our diamond blades are being used on concrete, agricultural, things like that. A lot of people have a misconception about diamond blades. They go down to the hardware store and they're buying a diamond blade to cut their wood with. They're putting it on their skill saw, they're putting it on their table. That's not what we're talking about. What they have there is a diamond tipped, diamond coated. You can get a titanium coated blades, diamond. They're okay. They kind of put your regular table saw blade onto steroids or something like that. We're talking about actually cutting with synthetic diamonds. That's and it's mostly for that agricultural world, the concrete, the asphalt, your granite, masonry jobs like that. We're not selling blades that are going to go out there and last forever cutting wood, or
100%.
if you're trying to cut your car in half. things like that. No, we're talking about these and that are leaning towards that agricultural.
Hands down, that's 100% correct. And that's one thing I did forget to bring up is, like a lot of it has rebar in it.
Yeah.
And that's a big part. Like our diamond blades can cut through the rebar that is inside that concrete. Like it is able to do that. Now you're not going to have a bunch of rebar just over here and you're just going to use that to cut. But it does have that purpose. It can cut through it, and so it will
cut through it very efficiently.
Yes,
too.
it will. But so I think that's kind of it for a discussion on our diamond blades. So if you have any questions, feel free to email us at techtalk@klingspor.com, and we're going to get into our question section. So we've got 2 super awesome questions. So the first one, I'll throw it at you. Steve, he wants to know, what is the best blade that you have? What is your best blade?
I plead the fifth. You can't. I can tell you, my favorite blade is, I love the 612 UT.
Okay.
I talked about it before. It's the medium. It's a combo blade. It does everything. It does everything. It does it very, very efficiently, but you don't have to change out blades if you're going to hit different kind of materials. If you're running through concrete, asphalt, rebar, ductile pipe down in the ground, you don't have to worry. It kind of takes the fear and the load off your back when you just put that blade in the ground and cut. Yep. And cut great, and it's going to last. But I love that. We've said it so many times. I'll just quickly, it's all about the factors. 612 is it makes it universal. It makes it across the board, more widely used. It can hit more of those factors, but it's hard to pick out one depending on the tool, the size, the aggregate, what I need, how long I want it to last.
Exactly.
A lot of factors that go into it. Personally, 612 UT, that's me. Give me the combo blade for asphalt and concrete.
Gotcha. I understand that. And like you said, for the big part for that, a lot of it is based on the aggregate. What aggregate are you going to be going for? Picking that 300, 600, 900 series. Absolutely right. And man.
And my experience with diamond blades, I'm usually running gas-powered saws. I hook it up to water. We keep the dust down. We're usually in a plug. Every time that I've used one, is run with water. Those gas-powered saws, man, they take the life out of you. It's like wrestling a bull sometimes. But that's what those blades. You don't want to be on that saw more than you have to. You want to get the job done, and that's what that 612 does. It gets the job done. So while you're using those gas-powered saws, I think we were using about a 16-inch blade too. Okay. With that gas-powered saw. So
good deal. Awesome. And then we got a question from James. James wants to know if you offer a blade that is both for asphalt and concrete. And I know we've hit on this a good bit, but yes, they're just our combo blades. So for James, if you would like to, we can send you one of these catalogs, and then you can look at it. We have a whole combo section inside these catalogs. Or if you want just to reach out to me, and you can kind of go hand in hand through each of these combo blades. But yes, so we do have combo blades that are meant for that asphalt and that concrete as well. So we have concrete blades, we've got asphalt blades, and then we've got the combo blades that's meant for both of them.
It's a good way to explain it. All these diamonds that are on the diamond blades are set in that they're bonded. They got that bond to them. And when you're using combo blades, when you're going through different materials like that, the concrete, the asphalt, what that asphalt actually does, it helps remove some of that bond. You're revealing more of the diamond. So when you're going through different materials, it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you're going to reveal more of the diamond. You're going to cut more effectively by going through some of these different materials. So that's what those combos do. You got the medium hardness, medium bond. It's going to help out. So that's what makes them special for combos.
I understand that. All right, so Seb, that's really all the time we've got for today.
That was a good one.
So next coming up, April 20th is our next episode, and they're going to continue talking about the wide belt training. Gotcha. So that's going to be the next thing that's coming up is the wide belt training. So they started it, and now hopefully they're going to get on through it and talk a little bit more in depth about wide belt machines and training up on that. But if you've got any questions going forward on that, please email techtalk@klingspor.com. And that's really it for us. I'm Danny Burnett.
I'm Luke Dombrowski.
See you next time.
Thank you.